26 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to you. Good Tuesday morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. You're not alone. I'm with you this morning.
Sometimes you feel like you're swimming against the tides. So many problems, so few solutions. Someone may have let you down.
It's a good day to have a good day, right? Yeah. 25 minutes on to 7.
Those are the twists and turns in life. Whatever your problem,
It's Tuesday, the 15th day of April.
no one said,
Ewan is with us, so too is Jillian McIntyre,
and it's
Mildred Smith, and Shem. Zamora,
right up.
enjoy your vacation, alright? Don't give Mommy Judy too much problems, okay? Lydia Cameron, Catherine Phillip, Sylvina Charles,
There might be
Yolan Swan, good morning.
some days are done.
Good morning, Reverend Michael, not Michael, but Samuel Caesar, out there in East Flatbush.
Problems, you know that
It's a good day to have a good day. And Lydia is having a terrific day.
your hood
Sylvina, how are you doing?
and the thief
Mildred, how is Shem? Good morning to you, Petlin, and the folks inside of Munich. Eric, Galba, Mitchell, good morning to you and the family. Branny, good morning. Yeah.
and if
Urban Mason, Brooklyn, of course, the Maxwins.
like no
The entire Munich posse, good morning. Mount Carmel, Ladig, Richmond,
you're not alone.
the family of the late tenor, good morning. How do you do?
Has been done
Moms, you good?
somehow,
Nice. How is Freely and everybody?
down this road.
Salisbury Road, good morning to you.
You'll miss a sign.
Grand Bra, Caruth.
But when the
Mary, good morning to you.
if you
Auntie Winifred Hancock, good morning to you. The folks inside of Costa and the Balwants.
stand up, start up.
Yeah. Monlong, good morning to the Chateaus. Good morning to Zeggy and everybody in Monlong. You know, Casey's in-laws, good morning.
Come away.
For some reason, I'm not getting the names right, okay? Crispin, good morning. At Mellows Entertainment, good morning. Jennifer Lawrence, good morning to you. Let's see the word of the day today. That word today is scrutinize. Scrutinize.
Mama say,
Scrutinize. Some folks will say Z. Scrutinize or ZE. Scrutinize. And it means to examine closely.
on this journey,
Have you ever been scrutinized before?
there's no straight line.
Here's how we can use the word in a sentence. The editor scrutinized every word of the manuscript.
If you stop,
Scrutinize.
my friend, you must rise up,
Rise.
stand up, start again.
You're not alone. Monica Mayros Williams, Macrilyn Bien Clark out there in Trinidad says, good morning from Trinidad. Have a blessed day. You have a wonderful day, my friend. Give Mr. Stuart Young my regards. And my good friend, Dr. Keith Rowley. Remember a couple of years back when I went to Trinidad to spend some time in the tent with the big song, Nothing Happens Before It's Time. Dr. Rowley said, you have throat, man, you have throat. I want you to come and sing on my platform that this is Dr. Rowley's time. I said, Papi, I don't sing on the political stage, on the platforms in Grenada. Will I do it in Trinidad? You gotta be crazy. Good morning, Medico, former police officer. That's where I met your brother, man. Yes, Reverend Samuel Caesar is with us now, and I'm gonna make somebody dance. Huh? Vincent in the machine shop, good morning to you, my bro. How you doing? Keep on smiling, keep that charming character and personality. Yeah, professionalism is the key word there. Good morning, Roger. Emphasize on the meat, not on the bone, huh? Duviset, the most distinguished gentleman. How you doing, bro? The folks inside of Monk Panasas, Rady, the coconut. Good morning, Tanti in Tempe. Tanti Marcy, Keisha, Khalid for K-Bears. All right, it's time for me to say good morning to Nadisha and give the motivational tip of the day. Good morning, Miss G. Debbie, you good? Kitty Cat, good morning to you and Ariel. Stay patient and persistent. It says success rarely comes overnight. Stay patient, keep working hard, and the results will follow. Yeah, don't give up. Stick to itiveness. That's the name of the game. Success rarely comes overnight. You've got to be patient. You've got to keep working hard. And certainly the results will come. Maybe not in the time you expected, but they will come. Yeah. Stick to it. Stick to it. 20 minutes on to 7. Good morning to my partner inside of Corin that always says it's a good day to have a good day. Good morning, Papi. My God is. Upper Capital and St. James. Good morning, Teacher Carl. How are you doing, Papi? My God is. Yeah, you didn't say I didn't hear you bigging up my villages, you know. Good morning, Birch Grove, Beauregard. Pastor Paul Millet and family, good morning. And having said that, I'm going to cross over and go over to Paraclete and say good morning to my good friend Paul Millet and family. Yeah. Sylvie and Hicklin Naya, good morning. Ashley Cummings. Paraclete, Moncton, good morning. Kazo, Stalin Romaine, good morning, Moncton. Bylands, Maribor, the Gilberts, Oslin, Kenny, good morning. Alwyn Dowden, good morning. Greetings, King, have a wonderful day. God bless. Sammy. We of the Southern Grenadines appreciate you, Mr. Joseph. I thank you for that. Reverend Caesar. Nice. What's buzzing this morning? Buzzing. Let's see what's buzzing. All right, 4 law students from the T.A. Marisha Community College. They represented Grenada at a regional moot court competition in Antigua and Barbuda. They represented us bigly. CARICOM Secretary General says reparations for Haiti remain a core part of the region's claim for justice. In the region, a lawyer jailed for 14 days for contempt in Trinidad and Tobago. Internationally, Ghana bans foreigners from local gold trading in a major overhaul. And in sports, the WICB on the 15th tournament, well, that kicks off today. Nice. Trinidad and Tobago, good morning. Those of you listening to us in Guyana, a lot of chaos going on, but that's, that's life. Yeah, nice. Syracuse, good morning. Providence, Miss Dawn Lett, good morning to you and the family. Malty, good morning. Content, Lassa Jess. I'm going up to Seamoon and say good morning to all the wonderful folks in Seamoon. Miss Queen, Mommy Queen, originally from there, but now in Frequenty. Good morning to you. Nice. Baghdad, good morning. Dexter, good morning. Denson, the guys in Chocolate City, good morning. Epen and Squazim and Banji and Tito. Susan Douglas and family, good morning. Claude, what's up? Claude, I hear things, boy. Nonetheless, let me get out of this. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather coming up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
insurance. You've heard about it before, seen the commercials, but have you ever really thought about how life insurance can benefit you and your family? Let's look at 5 ways life insurance can benefit and protect you and your family through life's expected and unexpected. 1. It provides finances for your child's education. 2. It can help you in providing collateral for loans. 3. It provides living benefits. 4. It provides a source of income upon retirement. And 5. It provides finances for final expenses such as funeral, cremation costs, and other related expenses. Contact Demerara Mutual today and speak to an agent to select a policy that best suits your existing needs.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. Coming up in the news, 4 law students from the T.A. Marichaud Community College represent Grenada at a regional moot court competition in Antigua and Barbuda. CARICOM Secretary General says reparations for Haiti remained a core part of the region's claim for justice. In the region, a lawyer jailed for 14 days in Trinidad and Tobago for contempt. Internationally, Ghana bans foreigners from local gold trading in major overhaul. And in sports, the WICB Under 15 tournament kicks off today. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun.
A good Tuesday morning to you with the news in detail. I am Gordon Joseph. Cameron Sincere, Eloise Mitchell Gooding, Adhara Solil Salfali, and Abia Telesford. They represented Grenada at the 5th annual Fortis Advocatus Moot Court competition. For the first time, the event was expanded to include Cape-level law students from across the Eastern Caribbean, with participation from institutions such as the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College. The Grenadian team returned home over the weekend with a sense of pride and accomplishment. The traveling coach, attorney at law Cherise Noel, praised the students for their performance.
performed very well. They received high commendations. The organizers loved their tone. They showed great understanding of how to address the bench. And yeah, they did really well. They were well prepared. The coaches, we did a great job getting them ready. They were a little nervous because it's something new, but they handled themselves very well. And as you can see, we came back as the best academic institution for the second time. And one participant also got the most promising advocate award because they saw the potential she had when she gave her oral submissions.
The competition, which simulates courtroom proceedings through hypothetical trials, has grown steadily since its inception. Organizers have placed a strong emphasis on educating students about the inner workings of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. Prior to the final event, teams took part in qualifying rounds that required them to submit written legal arguments known as memorials. CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett says reparations for Haiti remain a core part of the region's claim for justice. Speaking at the opening of the high-level segment of the fourth session of Permanent Forum of People of African Descent, Dr. Barnett highlighted that April 2025 will mark 200 years since France imposed a 150 million franc indemnity on Haiti as compensation for the loss of property, including enslaved Africans. The payment was a condition for recognizing Haiti's independence. She said the lasting economic and social damage from that injustice is still being felt and may be linked to Haiti's ongoing crises. The upcoming anniversary, she noted, is a chance to draw global attention to Haiti's situation and push for action on the country's security, humanitarian, and governance issues. Dr. Barnett also pointed to the African Union's plan to declare 2025 the year for justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. She added that CARICOM leaders have pledged stronger regional participation in the forum's work, and the CARICOM Reparations Commission stands ready to support efforts that improve the lives of people of African descent, especially women, children, and youth. What's up with the men? That ends the local segment of news. Stay with us, the regional and international news, along with the sports and the weather. They follow right thereafter. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago, that's where we start. An attorney on suspension has been jailed for 14 days for failing to repay $109,000 to a San Juan finance manager for the purchase of U.S. currency since 2022. Justice Frank C. Posad made the order on April 14th, committing Kavita Crystal Posad to the women's prison in Golden Grove, Aruca, finding her in contempt for breaching 2 previous court orders. The judge also gave the court's marshals the power to arrest Posad of Old Factory Road, Piaco, to take her to prison to serve her term of simple imprisonment. According to the evidence before the judge, in September 2022, Posad agreed to sell Hope Singh a U.S. $14,540 so he could purchase a portable solar power station. Hope Singh's initial lawsuit said he was referred to Posad as a reliable attorney who had access to U.S. currency. He transferred TT $109,050 to Posad's bank account for the purchase of the portable solar power station, and when he did not receive it, he asked for a refund. This, too, he did not receive, and his lawsuit said Posad continued to give false assurances and blanket promises for the refund. Looking further afield, U.S. President Donald Trump and El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele both made clear during an Oval Office meeting on Monday that the Maryland man who was wrongly deported to El Salvador won't be returned to the United States. We have more in this report from the CNN.
Right now, President Trump is wrapping up a meeting with El Salvador President Nayib Bukele at the White House. The Central American leader has quickly become a close ally of President Trump's after taking in hundreds of alleged gang members from the U.S. and putting them in a notorious mega prison. One of the people detained at Seacoast Prison is Kilmar Obrega Garcia, a Maryland father who was mistakenly deported by the Trump administration. The Supreme Court recently ordered the government to, quote, facilitate Obrega Garcia's return, but stopped short of requiring the government to bring him back to the U.S. Here's El Salvador's president indicating he's not planning to send him back either.
How can I return him to the United States? Like, I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. It's like, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
Let's go now to CNN's Jeff Zeleny, who's at the White House. Jeff, they took questions for a little bit there. We learned a lot, including that big headline there that the El Salvadoran president does not intend on sending him back. But what more came out of the Oval Office today?
Well, Jessica, that meeting in the Oval Office showed that neither president, the U.S. president or the El Salvador president, showing any interest in trying to return the Maryland father who was wrongly deported. And, you know, as we've been following this for the last several weeks, the Trump administration admitted to an administrative error, and that led him to be wrongfully deported. Well, there was zero sign that either a leader or the U.S. government believes he should be returned. And now the Secretary of State and other White House officials are saying it's a matter of a foreign policy, and the Supreme Court cannot weigh in on this at all. But it was something else that the U.S. president said about the infamous prison in El Salvador. He said for the first time that homegrown criminals, that means American citizens, should also be sent there. Let's watch.
I'd like to go a step further. I mean, I said it to Pam. I don't know what the laws are. We always have to obey the laws, but we also have homegrown criminals that push people into subways, that hit elderly ladies on the back of the head with a baseball bat when they're not looking, that are absolute monsters. I'd like to include them in the group of people to get them out of the country.
Meanwhile, Ghana said it is banning all foreigners from trading in its local gold market as part of a sweeping reform aimed at boosting foreign exchange reserves and stabilizing the local currency. The ban takes effect on May 1st, 2025, and grants exclusive authority to a state body, the Ghana Gold Board, the Gold Board. That they will regulate and control artisanal and small-scale gold mining. Gold Board spokesperson Prince Kwame Minka in a statement said, all foreigners are hereby notified to exit a local gold trading market no later than 30th April 2025. Foreigners may, however, apply to the Gold Board to buy or offtake gold directly from Gold Board, he added. Many Chinese nationals have been active in Ghana's informal mining and trading ecosystem and have been repeatedly accused of illegal activities, including unauthorized gold exports and environmental degradation. And finally, Harvard University has rejected a list of sweeping demands sent by the White House that ask the university to change many of its policies or risk losing billions of dollars in federal funding. The university wrote on its X account on Monday, the university will not surrender its independence or relinquish its constitutional rights. The Trump administration sent Harvard a letter on Friday that added to a list of requirements it said were designed to fight anti-Semitism on campus, including changes to its governance, hiring practices, and admissions procedures. In its response, Harvard said it did not take lightly its obligation to fight anti-Semitism, but said the government was overreaching. That's the regional and international developments. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. One sporting item for you at this time. The WICB Under 15 tournament kicks off this morning in Antigua with Windwards playing the Leeward Islands. Two Grenadians are on the Windward squad. They are Jamie Wickham and Jeremy Edwards. Manager Johnson Richardson has expressed full confidence in the team. The 6 regional teams will battle it out across 5 thrilling rounds of 50 over cricket at 4 historic venues, namely the Coolidge Cricket Ground, Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, Antigua Recreation Ground, and Liberta Sports Ground. It's all to play for, as the team with the most points at the end of the tournament will be crowned champions. This Premier Youth Tournament is a crucial stepping stone for the next generation of West Indies cricket stars. I sincerely hope so. That's all the sports we've got for you at this time. Stay with us. We'll have more sports during our luncheon edition. But right now, the weather forecast is straight ahead. And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Jonathan Price at the forecast desk at the Morris Bishop International Airport. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Tuesday the 15th of April, 2025, as recorded at the Morris Bishop International Airport. It is currently generally fair with showers in the vicinity. Winds are coming from the southeast at 13 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1014.4 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 26.6 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 84%. Yesterday's maximum was 30.3 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 25.9 degrees Celsius. No rainfall was recorded over the past 24 hours and the total for the month remains at 52.3 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair at first, with an increasing cloud cover as the day progresses, with brief light to moderate showers. Today's max will be 30 degrees Celsius with winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 11:30 a.m. and high tide at 5:30 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:19 and sunrise at 5:54. Just to repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair at first, with an increasing cloud cover as the day progresses, with brief light to moderate showers. From the forecast desk at Morris Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. You have a great day yourself. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Minutes gone past 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. 4 law students from the T.A. Marischal Community College represent Grenada at a regional moot court competition in Antigua and Barbuda. CARICOM Secretary General says reparations for Haiti remain a core part of the region's claim for justice. In the region, lawyer jailed for 14 days in Trinidad and Tobago for contempt of court. Internationally, Ghana bans foreigners from local gold trading in major overhaul. And in sports, the WICB on the 15th tournament starts today. And that has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a productive day, and the invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome to On the Spot Hardware, your hardware haven. We're your go-to destination for quality wholesale and retail hardware supplies. From cement to lumber, steel to plumbing, we've got it all. Our dedicated team is here to guide you every step of the way. At On the Spot Hardware, we believe in making your hardware shopping experience easy, reliable, and satisfying. Can't make it to our Woodland store? Visit our Guelph location in St. John's. We're expanding to bring our hardware haven closer to you. On the Spot Hardware, where quality meets affordability. Your hardware haven awaits. Visit us today.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinaire Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Expand, don't call me small. I'm dreaming big, I'm gonna have it all. ACB, SME, start, manage, expand. Taking on all my competition, got the whole bag's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. ACB, SME. Start, manage, expand your business today.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Get
ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th, so don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
All right, folks, it's 10 minutes after 7 o'clock, and welcome to the conversation. Before we get into it, I want to say a good morning to my good friend Elvin Chaitan in the curry pot. Yeah, always locked, and good morning to you and everyone there at this time. Also want to say good morning to Alwyn Dowden. He says, greetings from everyone in the UK. We are in the recording studio listening to your wonderful show. I'm loving it. Jalove. Every time, enough respect, King. All right, well, hope you're doing fine, bro. Enjoy your production. Mary E. Bang says, good morning. Cheryl J. Charles, morning blessings. I also want to do this. Tuesday blessings, family and friends. All right. Every new day that God gives us is a gift and a blessing. Have an amazing day. And Tuesday blessings, love and blessings to all. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me. And that's quoted from Psalm 56, verse 11. Thank you, bro. All right, we really do appreciate those quotes every morning. Early and all the way in the great U.S. of A, Trump country. Good morning. 11 minutes after 7 o'clock. Now, folks, just around 7:30, I will be joined by Mr. Francis Saint-Hilaire, the marketing representative from Co-op Bank, and another contributor to the Pump It Up walk that's coming up, the one in Carriacou. I think it was on the 6th, and the one for Grenada comes up next month. So they'll be here to talk about that. That's at just around 7:30. So we've got a few minutes in which we can have a conversation. I'm not going to specify a topic this morning. If there's any burning issue or something that you think is worthy of being brought to attention, you've got the opportunity to do that. Be as brief as possible and respectful as possible. Okay? 435-2041. What's happening in your neck of the woods? I want to say good morning to the Chaitans, Chayo and so forth up in Conference. Good morning to the folks in Carrier and the Tivoli Bay Road. Good morning to you. Yeah, so you know the digits, 435-2041. What's happening? What's happening politically? I'm not hearing anything. What's happening? Good morning, Spice Queen. How are you doing this morning? It's 12 minutes after 7. Good morning. Call on. Come on. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. Innocent, how you doing?
I ain't do it yet, but I will do it, you know.
But do it. But make sure you get some 6 weeks potato vine so you go get fast.
Okay. You get green peas now?
No, man, I don't have green peas. I'm not everything I have to buy just for you know.
Okay.
But I don't buy what I could.
Tell me.
Listen, Innocent, I have advice. No. I'm under the way, so forgive my sooner voice. Now, in about 3 years or more, I sue a millionaire in Grenada for definition of character. And time goes by, and I was sabotaged. I had an attorney representing me, and the person, of course, had an attorney. And I was sabotaged by both of them. I went to the justice, the magistrate, on church to get a hearing because it's 2 lawyers. Over going on a year now, innocent. Every time they're busy, they don't have time. And I tell you that it's not fair, the justice system in Grenada. My lawyer was Hood, and the other one was Wilkinson. You hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, was Hood and Wilkinson. And I have the evidence, I have the footage of the camera and everything, what was done to me. And the registry, the court registry will not give me a hearing. Innocent, I am afraid to go to any attorney because I feel they are the same thing. And the worst thing is, I have one of my grands who interested in law and she's doing this, and she's doing very well. And I'm wondering if she will be like that. And a lot of people who kill themselves, who try to seek revenge, because the justice system here, and that's what let us talk about here, fair society. If you're poor like me, and I can't say you, then you just have a chance. There's justice for you. You're tempted to take your life. I'm not saying it's the right thing. You're tempted to seek revenge. So I'm calling on the department, the registry, to please give me a hearing. They have my information. They know my name. They know my number.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one. And don't raise your pressure too high, okay?
Well, he is already, but thanks for trying to.
Keep it on the down low. Keep it on the down low.
When you're poor in this country, there's a lot of representing you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Have a good one, huh?
Thank you too.
All right. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, people just need to do their jobs. And, you know, sometimes there are some, I don't know if you look at it, but on YouTube there are some videos that are surfacing regularly showing racism and, you know, lack of customer service and so forth. You must look at this. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hi, Innocent. Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Well, I'm good. I can be better. Nice sunshine.
And you're in the best place in the world, Grenada.
Yeah, of course. No place better than home, sweet Grenada.
Definitely. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I just want to backtrack to Intercall a little bit, right? And I want to begin the call, Innocent, for us to just get a little tighter at Intercall. I noticed that the police was searching. They did a wonderful job. Some of my students said that they took their combs from them and maybe other articles from them, right? And that's wonderful. But I have one concern, Innocent. And I think that we have to go one step further. That of the plastic bottles in the stadium, right?
Okay.
Now, God has been with us so far. I think a couple of students might have gotten injured over the years, but generally God has been with us, right? But children and people are very creative. So you imagine you have a Coke bottle, empty Coke bottle, or even let's take a water. You bought a water, Grenada, well, I shouldn't advertise, but you bought a water bottle, right? You bought a bottle of water. And your sole intent was to have it there as a missile. And imagine the force at which that can be hurled. And if that hits somebody, imagine the damages that could be done. So I want to make a call that we get a little tighter. And all beverages should be sold in cups. Of course, you may say it's not thing, but there are cups that have lids. So it might cost a little bit more, and probably that's where our corporate sponsors come in, Coca-Cola, etc., can give free cups to be used at the stadium as a security measure.
Okay.
You know, I really hope that we can move to that level. And I trust that we can, you know. I mean, we're good in Grenada to do difficult things when we have to.
We always rise to the occasion.
Yes. I don't want us to wait until things get, you know, water, mud, and flour before we had to go and buy more flour in the shop.
Okay.
You know?
All right. I like how you put it. I like that.
You have a good one.
You too. God bless you, bro.
All All right.
All right, good. All right, I want to say good morning to Jennifer Dupoy. I hope I pronounced the surname right. She is presently on tour in Cape Verde Islands. Originally resides in Quebec, Montreal. All right, she's always locked on with us. Good morning to you, Jen. Hope you're doing fine. All right, folks, it's 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. 435-2041. Like I said, we do have representatives from the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited coming on board shortly at just around the 7:30. So when they get here, we'll take that break and head on to them as they talk, pump it up. So in the interim, we've got a window that we can talk. Good morning.
Good morning, Innocent. Good morning, Innocent. And how are you?
I am doing good.
Okay. I want to ask a question. On your news yesterday morning, I heard that the information from that seismic, well, not dealing with the gas and oil, from that foreign company was delivered to the ministry, to the Luxembourg in the ministry sometime last week. My question is that the same set of documents that the former ministers and Minister of Energy and former Prime Minister was saying was delivered to the government?
No, I will not. I will not put my neck on a block and say yes, but based on the interpretation of the news, it appears that way.
It was in the same documents.
It appears that way to me. I cannot say yes, authoritatively, but based on how I interpreted the news article, it appears as though it seemed to be the same documents that were presented.
Innocent, we have to start.
Could you minimize the background noise, please?
We have to start locking up some people in this country.
Okay.
And I make no apologies for so saying. We have a situation where some years ago some monies was taken illegally, unconstitutionally, from the coffers of the state and given to a cousin of the former Prime Minister running a call center in Grenada. It was said in the parliament, and Hansard can prove that if this money was not paid back by that said cousin, he would personally pay it back. This is money of the state. That cousin has since passed on, and that money has not been paid. This is one of the issues that I have with our present government. I support this government wholeheartedly, but I have serious problem in the government not addressing some of those issues, because these are clear-cut violations of the law, and we need to address those things. Here is a former Prime Minister and a Minister of Energy saying that the thing was delivered, it was in the coffers, it was in something, you have keys and whatever.
But if I'm not mistaken, right, shortly after the elections and the changing of the guards, I have to be cautious how I thread here because I can't remember clearly, but I think there was some issue with some documents that were in some cabinet or something like that and so forth.
And some years ago, when Francis Alexis was heading that team on constitutional reform, one of the suggestions that I made to that committee is that we have a transitionary period for any government coming into office. The election is held, so you must have a transitionary period. So you have a smooth handing over of all of the important documents and whatever that needs to be considered by the government coming into office. Oh, it's a wonderful suggestion. First time I heard that. Wonderful suggestion. But it was never made as one of the recommendations. And they only cut and try and put what they want, and when the people voted it out, then they say whatever.
So in essence, you're recommending, I am one that, not everything that comes from elsewhere is better than what we have here, but there are some things that we can look at as guides. Okay, like in the US, when there's an election, there's a transition team that fades out the outgoing and it welcomes in the new. You understand? So that there's continuity. So maybe we should approach it that way.
And anything, if you're going into a business as well, there must be some transitionary period upon which you say, well, look, this person here, although they don't pay, you shouldn't do that because look why. There are certain things that you have to do. It must be done. And when you're taking over the reins of a country with all of it, why can there be and they could determine the transitionary period, whether it's 2 weeks, whether it's a month, they could decide that. But all of those things, look how much years it took before the present administration could get those documents so they can know what is there and that could properly guide them. It is not fair to our people.
Okay.
And before I leave, now that the intercall has finished, now I need to make a public statement as it relates to its sponsorship, continued sponsorship of the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School. I am not against that. I want to make it abundantly clear. I am speaking here on principle as it relates to the sponsorship of that school. NAWASA is a statutory corporation belonging to the state. It is not a private entity. And it is time that the management come out and make a statement in regard to the continuing sponsorship of that school. They could sponsor the sport, as I said before. But sponsoring a particular school is not right.
Okay.
And I hope that the management can speak to that. I don't know if the sponsorship was for a particular period of time and it cannot be break. Because if you have a contract, I don't think legally you can just go and break the contract, whatever. But if something is wrong, it needs to be fixed.
Okay.
That's my position.
Thank you, caller.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. Have a good one. 25 minutes gone past the 7 o'clock. Okay, we've got a call via the WhatsApp platform. Let's do that. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, good morning.
How are you?
I do have... Fine, thank you. And how are you doing today, Innocent?
I am doing fine.
Okay, that's great to know. I do have a problem with a transition period in Grenada, given the fact that in the U.S., there's a continuity in terms of who holds certain positions. In Grenada, when there's a change of government, you have literally a changing of the total guards. So there's nobody to actually there to see, to oversee what is transitioned.
Well, that is not absolutely the whole truth, because I don't think the permanent secretaries, who are the ones who really run the ministries, they are kept on. Maybe they might be moved around, but they are public servants, so they are not usually ousted with the politicians themselves.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking that if there's a document that belongs to government, then it should remain with government and not be in anybody's personal possession. So whether or not if the document belongs to the government, it should stay there. And so nobody has to actually go ahead and say, well, I'm going to give you the documents after. It should already be there in the ministry, and nobody should actually have to transition. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is that, even with sometimes some of the things that are done, you have probably the changing of the cabinet secretary, who holds a great deal of information based on what the cabinet would have taken and the conclusions that they would have done. That is normally changed. Permanent secretaries, when they are moved, they no longer have information in regards to what the previous the position where they previously held, so that they could actually more or less monitor the transitions. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say, for instance, I'm the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Finance, and I've been watching the financial statements and everything that goes on from year to year. Now, if when the government changes, and on day one, I'm changed over to Ministry of Health, I no longer have the information as relates to what would have actually done and be able to look over and make sure what is going on in the Ministry of Finance.
Okay, I get you. Okay, all right. Well, I know that those guys, they listen to us. They listen to us so that they hear from the people. So I do hope that they'll take those recommendations into consideration. All right.
Yes, I do hope so.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You have a good day, bro. You too, bro. Have a good one. 28 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go back to the telephone line and say, bonsoir, buenos dias, good morning.
Wrong number, sorry.
Oh, that's the wrong number?
What number is this?
This is GBN. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Okay, not the wrong number. Good morning, Mr. Innocent.
Good morning, sir.
And how are you, sir?
I am as good as God permits me to be.
Thank God, my brother.
I know this voice. I saw this voice yesterday.
You saw his voice yesterday.
All right, go ahead with your point, please. Go right ahead.
I just want to clarify something. The point that the gentleman was making about the government took how much years to find the document. Mr. Boson explained that he spoke with, no, not Mr. Boson, sorry, Mr.
Bowen. Yes.
Spoke with someone in the ministry and he told them where the document was in a cabinet, which cabinet under lock and key. You don't leave things of that nature lying anyway in government ministry. You understand?
Yeah, okay.
So these things was under lock and key. So I don't see how people were saying that the government couldn't find the document for the oil and gas exploration. I ain't buying that one.
Yeah.
I ain't buying that one. That's my contribution.
It kind of look fishy.
Thank you very much, my brother. You get it?
Yeah, have a good one. Have a good one. All right, folks, it's 30 minutes after 7 o'clock as promised. I've got the folks from the Grenada Cooperative Bank. They'll be here with us for just about 15 minutes. So hopefully we'll continue the conversation. On the flip side, we take a commercial break and we'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
All right, welcome back to the conversation. It's 25 minutes on to 8 o'clock. And as promised, I've got with me the representative from the Grenada Cooperative Bank, the marketing officer there, Mr. Francis Santille. And representing Hubbard's this morning is Mr. Donnelly Blackman. Welcome, gentlemen.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners of Classic.
Yeah. All right. And viewers too?
Of course.
Yeah.
The diaspora.
I've got a friend all the way. She's originally in Quebec, but she's an artist and she's on tour now in Cape Verde, and she's locked on. Jennifer. Say good morning to Jennifer.
Good morning to you, Jennifer. Listening to the spice, I know that you would love to have the warmth of Grenada right now.
Of course. She'll make a tour to Grenada and do some live performances for us. But nonetheless, we're talking performances, and from all indications, Pump It Up, the Carriacou leg was awesome. Give us a post-mortem of it.
Well, awesome is probably the best adjective.
Maybe an understatement.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely Pump It Up Carriacou was wonderful. We had record numbers, over 730 persons, and given the fact that Carriacou just is still recovering from a natural hazard, burial, and the turnout, the support was wonderful, the vibe, everything was really, 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 really good. And we want to commend the people of Carriacou for answering the call, coming out and supporting the Pump It Up. I mean, Carriacou has always supported the Pump It Up, but this year the support was stronger than ever.
Okay. And well, I think one of the main reasons, of course, Carriacou always supports Pump It Up, but this year Carriacou, they're still looking for psychosocial relief, psychologically. A lot of people are still mentally battered from burial, houses are not up as before, and they're still traumatized to an extent. So any of these activities is healthy for them. All right, so from Co-op Bank's perspective, the Carriacou lap of Pump It Up 2025 was a huge success.
Yes, definitely was a huge success. When you look at the turnout in terms of when you look at the mix of the persons who came out from young to old and the whole vibe, the spirit of the walk, it was really, 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 really good. And we were able to raise for the Carriacou leg $5,000. Of course, we know that everything when combined, Grenada and Carriacou, will go towards the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou, and given the fact that we had a record turnout in Carriacou, it speaks volumes to the level of support and how committed and resilient they are as a people. Persons could have just stayed home and sit.
It's Sunday afternoon, I'm going to sit in front of the TV.
Yes, but they came out supported, and they sort of set the tone, even if it's for Carriacou, they sort of set the tone so that persons would be motivated to want to come out and support and participate. We know health is a very important thing. The hospital, very critical to the health of the health care of our country. Facilities, the hospital needs facilities. The government can't do it all by themselves, and that's why corporate citizens like ourselves and Hubbards will come together and push these initiatives to help as much as we can.
And the Quart Bank has developed that reputation of being that dominant force as it relates to supporting those noble initiatives. For example, quite a lot of money was raised for the refurbishment of the Carlton Home. You all support the Pink Ribbon Society and everything like that. So Quart Bank is really, really fulfilling that mandate of being a good corporate citizen. But Hubbard is also on with us, and I see Mr. Donnelly looking at me and saying, wow, I'm here too. So, I've got 2 ears, not 4, and I have 1 mouth, so he needs to talk. So Hubbard's, again, ever so often, whenever these initiatives come up, you hear Hubbard's involved. And Hubbard's too is showing the good statesmanship, the good corporate citizenship. And how has it been for Hubbard's? What persuaded Hubbard's to get involved in these sort of initiatives?
Oh, good morning. Good morning to you and to all of the listeners. Since I believe we've been one of the longest standing benefactor with Quart Bank, so we've been good partners, and we will continue to partner with Quart Bank in such initiatives. Whenever Pump It Up come around, there's no need to question whether Hubbard will continue to stand with them, but we have made a pledge and we will continue to honor it. And solely because we see this as something that also not just provide refurbishment of specific facilities or providing help to government in as it relates to healthcare, but it is also an investment into our future. Because you're looking at, for example, the Carlton Home. You're looking at an establishment that is in their need in our country in a time where...
Sad to say that, eh?
Yeah.
I wish there wasn't a need for facilities like Carlton Home, but there is.
There is. And when you look at, from a business point of view, when you look at the way things are going, and persons are crumbling under the pressure, so it is a call for action, and we see that Quart Bank is leading the charge. And for us, we want to ensure that, because it might very well be one of our staff members,
or
our family member.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, in order to secure and to safeguard the mental state of our people, we decided to come on board to the health walk. It promotes healthy living, and the food fair has been, the flag has been flying with Quart Bank in this, because we also promote healthy living. Within the food fair, when you go through the aisles, you would have designated gondola ends specifically for persons who are concerned about their health and the food that they consume. So we see it as where we can get a multiplicity of benefits coming out of it. So we decided to, again, just to support, and will continue to support. This year, with the contribution made to the hospital over in Carriacou, I don't know if you're aware, but this year also we opened a facility over
at
Carriacou. Yeah.
I wouldn't miss that. I have kayak in my blood.
Yeah. What color is that?
Yeah. Huh?
What color is that?
No, it's not in the color, it's in the pigments.
Well, there you have it. So we this is just another way in which we're providing help and support and camaraderie to our Carriaconians and Petite Martinicans people, and it's just another way Hubbard's it will continue to strengthen its relationship with Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So there was no question in our mind when the plan was rolled out, when they decided to step forward with.
The only question that was asked is, when is it? When is it?
Oh, of course.
Not if we will consider. Okay, pump it up. When is it? That's the only question that was asked, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
Good. And it's important to note that, when we see companies and entities like yourselves, Co-op Bank, Hubbard's, and the few others that get involved in this sort of initiatives, we have to look beyond. All right? As Mr. Sentile rightfully said, too many times we rely on government to do everything. If companies get involved in health-related activities and get the staff and the family members and so forth, it has the trickle-down effect. For example, that could be one of the ways of battling obesity.
Well, I mean, and that's one of the main aims of Pump It Up, because we want to spark a healthier lifestyle. We start with walking, because walking is the simplest form and most effective form of exercise. So the idea behind Pump It Up is the thousands that come out on the walk is to get a percentage of them, if not all of them, to start walking, start thinking about being healthy. Because one of the things that we do is we do share health tips along the way, so persons would know the importance of healthy eating, exercise, and stuff like that. So it is very, very important that we get our nation healthy. They say a nation's greatest wealth is its health. And we believe in preventative methods instead of curative methods. So the healthier you are is the better that your body will be able to fight off any disease and stuff like that.
Not all doctors would like to hear you say that.
Yeah, so it's important. It's important to start that health, that healthier lifestyle agenda. That was the genesis of Pump It Up, and of course twinning it with giving back to the needy organizations. Is what makes it such a special event. And for us at Co-op, our corporate social responsibility is very high on the agenda. It's one of our pillars. So, for example, we've collaborated with Hubbard's again when we had the Chanty Vic for the fire victims in Shantimel. So, I mean, we're from our community. When you look at Co-op Bank is totally Grenadian in terms of, your staff complement, everything that we do. This is where we from. So at the end of the day, our community is an integral part of us. People like to do business with people they know, like.
They can identify with.
Of course. And we have a responsibility to ensure that our community benefits from whatever that we can do to pump back into our society.
And while at that, I'd like to, on behalf of myself and the GBN, extend heartfelt condolences. I think one of your colleagues will be laid to rest today, and my heart really goes out to her family. I happen to know the family very well, and it's not easy for a parent to bury their child. It's usually expected the other way around. But so.
Well, it's definitely a sad day for the family today. The entire Co-op Bank family and the Sandy family, and we will be there to show our support. Definitely.
My heart goes out to you all, man.
Yeah, and just to remind persons that we're closed at half day today.
Okay.
So go out there and pay our last respects and show support.
Okay. All right. So Carrico leg went off. Grenada leg is upcoming. Tell us about it. The date, timing, and so forth.
May the 4th, Grenada. I want to let persons know that you should come in and get your T-shirts now.
You still have T-shirts?
A limited amount, very few, minimal.
Okay.
There are a number of sizes that you would not be able to find right now. The first time I came here, I made the plea, encourage persons to come out. The few that's left, we're asking persons to really come out now and get your T-shirts. If you cannot get a T-shirt, if there isn't your size left, we still encourage you to make the contribution.
Okay.
Because you're contributing to a worthy cause. You're contributing to the Princess.
But without the T-shirt, can you be a part of the walk?
Well, there's no rule that could stop you from
walking the road.
So if the T-shirt runs out and you have
one from last year,
we cannot tell you don't come on the walk, because at the end of the day, it's a healthy lifestyle. The uniformity of the T-shirt makes it looks really nice and all of that, but we have to remember the overall agenda, or the bigger picture. Yeah. So we start at the Monrouge playing field. We encourage persons to come out for about 3:30. We have a very short opening ceremony. We get the body warmed before we, the warm up, as we were talking with Dr. Foot the other day. Make sure we get you warm and loose before you hit the road, because for some persons it may have been a long time since you have done this. Right? So we journey from Monrouge to the Kirani James Stadium. People like yourself and Mr. Blackman who are fit can take the challenge route. So when you get to the Alain Francisque roundabout, you come up, you go by the Botanical Gardens, head up the lane, Maras Hill, and then you come back around to the Kirani James Stadium.
But Pump It Up is a walk, right?
Yes, not a race.
Does it make any reservation for people like me who are so fit that we would want to run?
Well, at the end of the day, it's your choice.
Okay.
You wouldn't get a prize for coming first.
Okay.
Right? There are no prizes for coming first. There are a number of prizes. So for the youngest challenge stroller, the largest group, the largest church, school participation, the eldest walker that finish. There are a number of prizes, but not for who comes first.
Okay. All right.
Intercall just go, and I know we had a fuss in but it's not like because we want to encourage family togetherness, friendship, it's a fun walk, really. You might see somebody that went to school with you, I want to say your age, a couple years ago.
I'm an aged man. I'm close to men who stop, not pause.
You put that word in the vocabulary. A new word today. So we really want persons to come out early, because punctuality is a big thing for us. We start promptly at 4, right?
Okay.
As the clock hit 4, we would be leaving the Monrouge playing field. Of course, we do have, we want persons to be properly hydrated, so we have water stations along the route. We'll also have water stations at a water station at the beginning, water station at the end.
And that's part of the package.
Of course,
water.
That's part of the package.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking about the package is very, very cheap. $20 individual. Groups of 3 and more, $15. Right? You get a T-shirt plus a fanny pack.
Okay.
The fanny pack alone is worth more than $20.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Right. So the package is heavily subsidized.
Okay.
Right.
All right. What I want to do now, in the interest of time, Hubbards is already here, but I know Hubbards is not the only partner, corporate partner with you. I'd like you to give them some mention as well.
Well, definitely, because when they started in 2009, of course, Hubbards was one of the initial partners. We have Flow, we have Antillian, Guardian Group, Body Image has contributed and continue to contribute. Koyaba, Warity Rentals has been there, Glenelg Spring Water. We have a number of partners. The Royal Grenada Police Force, they've helped with the controlling of the traffic. The Ministry of Health, of course, they've helped to facilitate all the works that we're doing. So we have a number of partners who have collaborated with us over the years and continue to collaborate with us. I mentioned also Guardian Group, who has also been there. So we have, we also have to say thanks to Spiceland Mall, because at the beginning that's where all the vehicles will park. So we do have a number of persons who have collaborated with us, and of course Flow has been also a major contributor over the years.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Blackman, come Sunday, the 4th of May, I anticipate that your entire staff, from the very top to the people that wash down and maintain the vehicles, will be on the walk. And Hubbards will be representing, as the young folks would say, they're repping in a big way.
Yes. Well, we've been encouraging our staff from the start to join in on the walk. Yes, we know we always have a full entourage of staff that would purchase their T-shirts on time, and this is also a prelude to our health walk. We in-house, we do have a walk as well that we do later on in the year, and it's really to drive again camaraderie and healthy lifestyle, healthy living. So I know for sure that we will have some staff on the road come the 4th of May.
Okay. As we wrap, I have one request. I would love to see Pump It Up decentralize a bit, and I would love to see a Pump It Up to St. Patrick, or St. Andrew, or St. David, or something. I mean, over the years it has been primarily St. George. Okay, so can you commit to something like that, Mr. Saint-Hilaire?
Well, what I can tell you is the discussion is on the table as we speak in terms of having or staging Pump It Up in another parish. Of course, logistically, we have to get it right from a logistical point of view, because having 5,000 persons on the road can create a logistical nightmare.
Okay.
Right. So the idea is definitely on the table. It's something that's been discussed, and I firmly believe that your wish will come true.
Okay. All right. Mr. Saint-Hilaire and Mr. Blackman, thank you very much. And folks, I urge you to go on out. As you heard it from the guys, the packages are minimal. So rush, get your, and as he stated, even if your size is not available, you can still make that contribution of $20 and come with
whatever amount.
Whatever, yeah. All right, and just be a part of it. It starts promptly at 4 on Sunday, May 4th. Starts at Montrouge and heads up to the athletic stadium, Dr. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. It's going to be a whole afternoon of fun, family bonding, meeting of old friends, and health.
Definitely.
Thank you, gentlemen, for dropping by.
Thank you.
Let me shake the big man's hands. All right, folks, so you heard it. We take that quick commercial break, and we come back with the wrap on the conversation. It's 5 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Don't you go anywhere.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products, including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-on-blocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to all plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. At the Supply Store, we do everything plumbing.
Tracksuit, water bottle, sneakers. It's time. Let's get ready to join us on the road this year for Quad Bank's annual Pump It Up Family Fun Walk. Tell your family and friends, and let's get moving towards a healthier lifestyle. Carry a coup. Come out in your numbers on Sunday, April 6th from 4 p.m. as we pump it up from Alexis Food Store's car park to the Hillsborough Tennis Court. On Sunday, May 4th, the action is on the mainland. We're hitting the road at 4 p.m. from Montrouge Playing Field to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Registration ends on May 2nd or while stocks last. So get your packages today. Individual packages cost $20. For groups of 3 or more, packages cost $15 each. Proceeds go towards the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou. Visit our website for more details. See you on the road for
Welcome home.
Life insurance. You've heard about it before, seen the commercials, but have you ever really thought about how life insurance can benefit you and your family? Let's look at 5 ways life insurance can benefit and protect you and your family through life's expected and unexpected. 1. It provides finances for your child's education. 2. It can help you in providing collateral for loans. 3. It provides living benefits. 4. It provides a source of income upon retirement. And 5. life. It provides finances for final expenses such as funeral, cremation costs, and other related expenses. Contact Demerara Mutual today and speak to an agent to select a policy that best suits your existing needs.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
All right, folks, it's 8 o'clock. That's it for the conversation this morning. Thank those of you who contributed one way or the other. And if the good Lord spare your lives, we'll do it again tomorrow. I also want to say thank you to Mr. Francis Centile and Mr. Blackman from Hubbard's for keeping us informed as it relates to Pump It Up come the 4th of May. We've got to join the BBC. So once again, thank you very much for being a part of the conversation this morning. I love you. Bye-bye.